Welcome back to the Hitstick, Dallas. How are you, buddy?
I'm good. How are we?
Good, man. How was your Christmas?
It was different this year.
Yeah? Did you enjoy the football games?
Yes, the football games were great.
There was some good football. Uh, Definitely a lot of great games on Saturday, and even the Sunday games were actually really freaking good.
Yeah.
Didn't get to watch any of the Sunday games other than the last game of the day. But I heard they were good games. I saw some highlights. Saw the Dolphins lose again. I can't stand the Dolphins, man.
That's
They do
kind
this
of
shit
yeah.
every year, bro. They always choke it away at the end of the year. It's so
Uh,
sad.
I feel you, brother.
It's tough to be a Dolphins fan in December, man. It really is.
It's tough. It's not that they don't got that warm weather anymore, man.
It's sad. It really is. But for real though, there was really good football on Saturday for sure. A lot of really good games. Some crazy upsets in my opinion. Some games that definitely shouldn't have gone the way they did.
Yeah.
We can jump right into it, I guess. Let's look at our picks this week. We both had the actually no. So you had the Jets beating the Jags this week, which ended up not being the case. The Jets didn't show up.
Yep.
Uh, we both had the Ravens beating the Falcons. That game ended up the way it should have. The Ravens definitely a better team than the Falcons, obviously. Even
Ravens run
without
game is
Lamar,
back, baby.
the Ravens definitely have a better offense in my opinion. Both had the Lions beating the Panthers. That game did not go the way I expected it to. The Lions definitely were fighting for a playoff spot, and I don't think they showed up, honestly, against this crazy good run team that the Panthers have developed into.
Yeah. Didn't they just break the franchise record in that game for most rushing yards they've ever had in a game?
I believe so. Let me look at the stats here. So Foreman had
They
a
had like over 300.
165. Yeah, Chuba Hubbard with 125. Just between the two of them,
Yeah, they were playing
freaking
Madden on they were
nuts.
playing Madden.
I mean, the Lions defense just doesn't exist. You have Jared Goff as your leading rusher, you're not winning a football game.
That's facts.
DeAndre Swift had 12 yards rushing. Jamal Williams had 11 yards rushing.
Yep.
That's a yikes.
Oh, dude, they had 300 yards on the ground or something like that, bro. That was a franchise record. That was nuts. That was nuts to
320.
watch.
320 rushing yards. That's a recipe for success. If you can
Yep.
run the football like that, that's insane.
I mean, yeah, and they still had 250 yards.
It'll be
Well,
interesting to see what this team does moving forward, like into the offseason and into next year. Like, what's their plan? Are they
yeah,
going to be a run heavy team moving forward? Are they going to continue to do what they're doing? Are they going to go after a quarterback? Are they going to ride it out with what they have? I don't know.
yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what the Panthers do, and they are still in the hunt,
I
from
mean,
what I know.
realistically, like, if you bring in a rookie quarterback, the run heavy offense that they run, it could help a rookie quarterback, honestly.
Yeah,
So, I mean, it'll be interesting to see what this team chooses to do. There's a lot of good quarterbacks coming out this year. So, I mean, if they take a good quarterback, a young good quarterback, and let him develop with a run heavy offense, I think it could actually be a good thing for them. I
yeah,
don't know. We'll have to see. Because, like, Darnold hasn't looked terrible, but he's also just handing the ball off and making throws when he needs to. So,
yeah,
I mean, there's nothing he's doing wrong. He's
yeah,
being a system quarterback at this point,
yeah,
which is fine. You're not forcing him to do anything crazy. You're not forcing him to go out of his comfort zone when he's making passes. He's not forcing anything.
yeah.
He's just making the passes when he has to, and then he's just handing the ball off, and they're just running it down their throats,
Exactly.
which is honestly a good formula, really. Like if no one can stop their run team, like or their run offense, why do anything different?
Exactly.
They've shown week in and week out now since they dumped off McCaffrey that the combination of Chuba Hubbard and Donta Foreman, literally, no one can stop them.
Yep.
You have the speedy Chuba Hubbard for one. He's a quicker guy, not a big dude. And then you have Donta Foreman, who's just a power back. And the combination of the two, where they just alternate between the two of them, like it's freaking actually insane to look at. Like it's insane to watch.
Yep.
They found something
100%.
special by trading away their best player. It's actually insane.
Yeah. I I agree. I agree. They've totally a bit like CMC is a good running back, but he's just more of the like he's more so I'm gonna catch the ball and run the ball.
Oh yeah, he doesn't fit. Like it's insane to think about. Like he just didn't fit their system that they decided to move into.
Yeah,
And I mean, it's nothing wrong about that. Like it's just he works in a different system. He works in a passing system, and the
yeah,
the Panthers developed into a run heavy team, and it was
exactly.
showing early on. Like they wanted to run the football, but McCaffrey doesn't really fit that like power running offense.
Exactly.
He's in a passing offense where he can move around outside of the backfield and play into the passing game more, and it just didn't work for them. Now they
Yeah.
have the two running backs that you have a speed guy and a power guy, and you just alternate between the two, and then you pick your battles at that point, and it's working. I mean, good for
Yep.
them. Good for them. They figured something out by
Yes.
firing their coach and trading away their best player.
Exactly.
It doesn't happen. It never does, but they did it somehow, apparently. Good for them. They have something brewing in Carolina for sure.
Yeah.
The next game was Chiefs Seahawks. That game, I mean, nothing crazy in this game.
Everything that I expected happened.
Yeah, I mean the Chiefs are a better team, obviously. Geno Smith made some mistakes. Didn't throw the football very well in this game. He didn't look comfortable against the Chiefs. Pat Mahomes doing Pat Mahomes things as usual.
Yep.
Nice to see Kenneth Walker come back. He had a pretty solid game, 100 yards on the ground.
Yep.
He looked pretty good now that he's healthy again. I think losing Tyler Lockett kind of hurts this team.
Yeah.
It
It does.
it makes them a little bit more one dimensional in the passing game because you just have DK at that point. You
Yep.
don't have a solid like number two behind DK without Lockett on the field. So I mean, I think that definitely played a factor in this game. Nothing
100%.
nothing crazy on the other side. Kelsey doing Kelsey things. Really nothing else, honestly. Just a good win for the Chiefs.
Travis
Nothing.
Kelsey continues his career year.
Yeah, for real. That dude's been killing it.
Yeah, he's kind of him.
We both had the Browns beating the Saints. The Browns didn't even show up in this game.
Yeah, I was shocked by this game. This is one of the games that I honestly, I mean, the Browns were just coming off a good win. I don't know how they let this game kind of slip through their fingers.
Yeah, I mean they didn't have any. They couldn't get anything going, and they just stalled out on most of their drives. How many punts did they ended up? They punted the ball 5 times, kicked one field goal. So I mean, not a recipe for success. You lose to a team that has a quarterback that only throws 92 yards.
Yeah.
And that's a team that benched Andy Dalton in place of Taysom Hill. And then Taysom Hill came in and just ran the football
Yep.
in the second half. Pretty boring game, honestly, but the Saints pulled it out.
It was a very there was nothing like electric in this game. I mean, Alvin Kamara really wasn't
Nah,
doing
it's
much of
20
anything.
for 76. Taysom Hill's their most electrifying player, honestly.
Yeah. It's just like week in and week out. He might be the best player on the Saints, to be honest.
I would like to point out that not one receiver had a catch for the Saints in this game. 0 catches by wide receivers.
W.
Unless is Shaheed a wide receiver? I could be wrong.
I think
If Shaheed's a receiver, then I'm wrong on that.
Shaheed is
He's a
a
rookie.
wideout.
Yeah. So he was their only receiver that had catches. Kamara had 2,
Yeah.
and then a tight end, and then David Johnson.
I think Chris Olave was out for this game.
Yes, he did not play.
He's hurt, right?
Yep.
That's not good for them.
I mean, it's the Saints.
I mean, that's true. I mean, actually, they're still in the hunt.
Which is insane. That's stupid. Freaking NFC
They
South.
needed to win
man.
this game.
And they did it. They
Like
did it
all
to stay
three
relevant.
teams that needed to win. The Panthers won. The Saints won. That division doesn't make sense to me, bro.
Yep. Next game was the Titans Texans game.
Another one that
Titans.
I got wrong because the better team didn't show up.
Yeah, I mean the Texans are just playing upsets at this point. That's really all they're doing. I mean they suck, obvious to God, but losing Ryan Tannehill killed their season, in my opinion. Like Tannehill is more consistent than the rookie
Yeah.
that they have currently. Rookie that hasn't had the ropes because he's been behind Tannehill. But he obviously is not ready yet to take the reins. Texans team, they come around. They play good football. I mean, they did.
Yeah. Dude,
They,
you want to know something I don't understand about the Titans is, in my opinion, even with Malik Willis, how the hell does this team have good receivers, one of the best running backs we've ever fucking watched,
yeah.
and their quarterback, like, why don't they just run a system with like the 49ers got, that you have an elite running back, good receivers, just make safe passes.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what
Just make safe
I don't
passes.
know what the Titans are doing this year. Really, like they came out hot, and then
Bro, like,
I mean, yes, they had some injuries in the receiving game. They lost some receivers for a while. Robert Woods was hurt at one point. Traylon Burks has had his injuries, but like they haven't really done anything spectacular all year. And
I
then
know.
fumbled it in the middle of the season. They've dropped out of the first place in their division to the Jaguars.
I mean, that blows my mind.
Yeah. This is the first game that Chigzy Mokonkwo didn't do anything crazy.
Yeah, I mean, he had one catch for 10 yards.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know, man. I just feel like this team should, I don't know.
This
Maybe
team's
Mike
definitely
Vrabel's.
underperformed this year. They
Yeah,
they
they have
they
a good
fumbled this
defense.
season.
I don't understand. I mean, the general rule in the NFL is if you hold a team to under 20 points, the game is winnable.
Yeah.
They held the Texans to under 20. The game was winnable.
The one
Why
thing I
are
will
we
say is
making
The
risky
Texans
plays?
defense, even though they're 2-12-1, has been phenomenal against the pass this year.
It has. They've played really good, especially recently.
They're number 3 in the NFL against the pass this year at 2-12-1.
That's yeah. I mean, that's a testament to like some of the guys they picked up and
Yes, they play against the AFC South.
draft.
I get that, but they've shut down some of these big teams. They took the Chiefs to overtime.
Oh.
The Chiefs. They have something special there. I honestly think that they could literally be the reverse of what the Rams are, in my opinion. If they find the right quarterback, I think this team could be the reverse of what the Rams are this year.
Yeah,
Like
they just need
literally,
an elite quarterback, to be honest.
they could literally go from the worst pick in the worst team in the NFL to a playoff team next year if they find the right quarterback, in my opinion. If they keep what they're doing, add a few pieces to help depth and everything like that, they could literally be the reverse of what the Rams are this year, in my opinion. I'll ride that into the grave, but they could have something special in Houston, honestly.
That's crazy too, because this team, we did like honestly, it's me seeing them play like this that's able for us able to say that.
Yeah, I mean they've proven it week after week that if they had an offense, they could beat some of these big teams. They really could. Like their defense has been proving it.
Yeah,
Which is insane
100%.
for a team that's 2-12, and we're saying that. Yeah, like it's nuts. You held the Titans to freaking 88 yards passing total.
Again, I don't know why they don't
Teams I don't I've seen it countless times now that the teams know that the Texans have a good pass defense. Why are they stopping running? Like they have 184 yards rushing, yes, in this game. The Titans do. But like if you know this team is good against the pass and they suck against the run, because I'm pretty sure they're in last. They're like literally dead last against the run in the NFL this year. Why do you stop running?
I don't know.
Like multiple times now, I've seen it happen against the Texans.
Yep.
You have Derrick freaking Henry, and like, why are we not running the football? I get it, teams. I get it, teams key on it after a while, but like, you have Derrick fucking Henry. Why are you not running with Derrick Henry?
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't explain that one.
Titans are fumbling.
They are. They literally fumbled this season away, in my opinion. Next game was the Bengals Patriots. It was a good game. This is actually a really good game.
Heck yes, it was. Tale of two halves.
Yeah, for real. Patriots almost made that comeback for sure.
I would have been happy. I would have been happy because I'm a Ravens fan, and we would be number one for sure if they lost in the division. But I also would have been unhappy because I picked the Bengals to win.
Yeah. I mean, the Patriots, I don't know what their plan was going into this game. They came out very quiet early. Like, they literally didn't have anything in the first half. Nothing. And then they decided to run the football a bit in the second half, but then they turned away from the run game. And I don't know why. I saw a TikTok about it. I mean, obviously it's a TikTok and it's nothing like crazy, but it's an exaggeration from fans and everything. Yeah. But they literally, like, Ramondre Stevenson came out hot early in the third quarter, and then they shied away from the run game again. Like, it's these teams that I don't understand why they do it. Like, stuff is working, and then you stop using what's working, and then it ends up hurting you more than it helps you.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's obviously it's an exaggeration. It's a fan thing. But, like, why are we doing this? Like, I just said it against, like, with the Titans. Like, you're running the football with Derek freaking Henry, and then you stop using him. In this game, Ramondre Stevenson came out at halftime. He was running very hard. Why are we shying away from what's working? Yes, they almost made the comeback in this game, but, like, you could have done something different, and the outcome could have been different.
I'm looking here that he only has 2.3 yards per carry.
So yes,
maybe that's a factor as to why they
early on he was running hard. Like, it was working, and then they obviously shut it down. Yes, but like, you shied away from it, and then you stopped running altogether. At that point, but I mean,
I think we could. Sorry, excuse me. I think we can both agree though. When you're down 22-0 at halftime, you got to kind of open up the playbook.
Oh yeah, the ball. Definitely. I agree with you. I'm just pointing out that, like, if you try and do something and it's starting to work, and then you just completely drop it and switch it up.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, you have to figure something out that works, but, like, if something's starting to work and then you just completely drop it out of the blue and then it doesn't end up helping you in the long run, I don't know. It's just the way I see it is, like, you had a run game that came out heavy early in the third quarter. You were down, yes, and running the ball obviously doesn't help late, especially with the clock management and everything.
Exactly.
But your passing game kind of struggled. And then...
Well, it struggled more in the first half than it did in the second half.
I agree. I'm just saying, like, stuff is working. Stick to it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, don't shy away from it. Don't stop doing what works. Yes, exactly. I know what you have to mix things up. I'm not saying anything against that. I'm just saying, like, you had something working. Let's keep trying it. You know what I mean? They almost completely went full pass in the second half or in, like, the fourth quarter, I would say. But they were down at that point, so I can understand why. But you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, this is actually it was actually for me pretty nice to see Mac Jones have a pretty decent game.
Yeah, he's had a very underperforming year this year.
I really do think he's a better quarterback than what people give him credit for.
I mean, he's had a down year from his rookie season.
I think his OC, like the OC in New England, is not great. I really do. I think if Mac Jones is given a little bit more of a lead,
I think they need to give him a little bit more freedom, in my opinion.
To kind of run that offense, I think he could be, 30 plus touchdowns, 3,000 to 4,000 passing yards.
That's the shitty part about being in that Patriot system. It's a system quarterback, you know, like you get stuck just doing what the coach tells you to do, and that's it. You have zero freedom to do whatever the hell you want. I think because they had Brady for so long, they got used to that because Brady ran that team.
Yeah.
Everyone listened to Brady. Now it's everyone listens to Belichick.
Yep.
That's literally what it comes down to at this point, in my opinion. I could be completely wrong, but I think that's where it's at this point. Mac is kind of just stuck. He's a good quarterback, in my opinion. I think if he had a little bit more freedom, I think he could shine. Joe Burrow on the flip side, dude, 52 passes. He completed 40 of them.
Yeah.
It's only 12 incomplete passes. 2 of them were picks.
To be honest, this started off as this could have been one of his best games all year, but the second half it kind of turned into like this actually is one of his not so good stat lines this year.
What was his stat line at halftime? He had like 300 yards passing in the first
He
half,
had
right?
like 287 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a pick.
Yeah, like he could have had a crazy first half. Like
Like
he could have finished the crazy game. I mean,
oh yeah, he could have had a 500-yard game easily.
yeah, I think that's also a testament to the Patriots defense. That team can get scary quickly.
Yeah, that secondary decided, hey, we're not gonna
Wake the
let
fuck
you
up.
throw the
Hello.
ball. Exactly.
Brady lit a fire under their ass, or
I
not
mean, if
Brady,
you had
Belichick.
287 yards in the first half and what, not even 70 yards in the second half, like that defense stepped up.
Brady lit a fire under their ass in this, or not Brady. Why do I keep saying Brady? Belichick lit a fire under their ass at halftime. Listen,
you say Brady because he was there for 20 years.
I am so used to, as a Dolphins fan, having Brady in New England. You know, like
Exactly.
it's the name just goes with New England every single freaking time.
It's
He
freaking
hasn't been there for
instinct.
how many years now, and it's still associated. It's crazy. But anywho, Patriots are still fighting. Even with this loss, they still have a potential to make it.
Yep.
They have to win out, I believe, to make the playoffs. If I'm not
I imagine
mistaken.
there's a few scenarios that has to happen.
It's the
as
same thing
well.
with the Jets. The Jets also have potential, even though they lost, to still make the playoffs. They both have to win out, from what I'm.
I imagine there's like
From what I'm.
a teams need to lose type deal as well.
Yeah, definitely. Next game was the Vikings Giants game. This was a good game.
Yep.
Came down to the freaking wire again. Came down to a freaking, I think it was a franchise record kick for Greg Joseph, if I'm not mistaken.
It was pretty. Actually, I was pretty nuts.
61 yarder.
Yeah, 61 yarder to win.
Walk off 61-yard field goal.
Bro, dude, we weren't. Nobody was talking about the Giants before this NFL season started. They have something here with that head coach, man.
Yeah, definitely. I think with a few pieces and less injuries, this team could have been a much better team.
And look, anybody watching this podcast, stop hating on Daniel Jones, okay? That man gets so much crap. Like, people say that he's a bad quarterback. I actually think he's top half of the league.
Low-key,
he doesn't have a great receiver.
The craziest part, in my opinion, is I put him right there with Trevor Lawrence. Like, yeah. They honestly are like this going up. They're literally like on the come up together. Yeah, I genuinely think they've figured themselves out. They're getting comfortable running an NFL offense, in my opinion, at this point. Yeah. I think before this year, he was trending downward, in my opinion, Daniel Jones.
Yeah,
and he's completely done a 180 and figured it out. So good for him.
Exactly.
Good for him. Generally, if they had receivers, like true NFL receivers, this team could have been scary.
Yeah, if he had one guy where he's like, I'm giving you the ball right now. We need a play, and that guy was gonna go make a play for him. His numbers would probably beat.
You give Daniel Jones like a Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, like a Tyreek Hill, but I'm thinking more like a Mike Evans or
a big guy.
Yeah, kind of a big guy who's gonna somebody that's gonna make a big 3rd and like 14 play, like a Jettas or one of those guys. Somebody he can just I'm throwing you the ball. Yeah, I'm throwing you the ball. Grab it.
Like a T. Higgins kind of guy, because he's kind of that. He's pretty much that for the Bengals. Like he'll have his huge games here and there, but he'll make like one crazy catch or one big play every game.
Exactly. Yeah. Somebody that's gonna make that play when Daniel Jones needs it, so that he can sustain drives, not go 3 and out. Because they have a good running back. They have Saquon.
Yep, 14 for 84.
They don't really need help at running back, but Daniel Jones, in my opinion, doesn't have that go ahead guy. I'm giving you the ball. Like do something for me, okay?
Yeah.
I'm throwing it your way. I don't care if you're quadruple covered, triple covered, double covered. It's coming your way. Make a play.
Honestly,
there's teams that have a guy like that.
Honestly, yeah. In my opinion, this team next year could probably win the NFC East. Like seriously.
Yeah, I mean they're banged up and they fought with the best teams in the NFL. They fought against what? Let me go back for the Giants here. I've been shocked by how the Giants have played this year.
This has been one of the shining stars of the season, in my opinion. This team, I think it's a testament to Brian Dable.
Yeah,
I think it's
yeah.
Dable. Yeah, he's come in to this team and completely turned this franchise around. Because
Like
they did nothing last year, and your first season in the NFL, you turn a team completely around to a chance in the
exactly.
playoffs, a chance like they're not gonna win the they didn't no the Eagles clinched, right? I think, or it's close to clinching them and
Oh
the
no, yeah,
Cowboys.
the Eagles clenched. I'm pretty sure.
But like you had a chance at the division title after a season where you completely shit the bed last year for the Giants. You completely 180 this roster and organization. So
Yeah. Like if even if we go back to like the Eagles game, the scoreboard at the end looks like the Eagles annihilated the Giants, but if you open up the score sheets, it's really only the first half where the Eagles kind of annihilated the Giants. The Giants scored every quarter except for the first
yeah,
against the Eagles.
I mean
And
it's a good team. It really is.
I just this team's got something there.
They have
This
a
team,
leader. That's the thing. They have a
yeah,
leader. They don't have a coach that's not leading this team. Dabble is leading this team.
yeah, he's looking like he's gonna have a great career as a NFL head coach. So
Definitely. Kirk Cousins, the big game again.
yeah, this team knows
Freaking.
how to win late, man.
Let's talk about T.J. Hawkins for a second. That man,
Yeah,
13 for 109 and 2 touchdowns.
yeah. And Jay Jettas
Jay Jettis is
again.
just Jay Jettis. Like you see that every single week from
Yep.
Justin Jefferson.
He could have 2,000 receiving yards this year.
Nuts, man.
That is crazy. He needs a hundred. He needs 100 and was it 125 yards in the next 2 games?
Yeah, something like that.
So like
Good
he
win for
has
the
to have.
Vikings for sure.
Uh,
Good.
that's a crazy year for a receiver, bro.
Yeah, no, definitely. Next game was the Bills Bears. Bills did what anyone expected the Bills to do and beat the Bears because the Bears are just not a good football team.
You know, the Bears are the Chicago Fields. You know,
Listen,
they got
you have a game where your starting quarterback struggles and you still beat the Bears 35-13. And I will say the Bears came out hot in this game early. They
yep.
were beating the Bills, and
Yes.
it looked like it was gonna get ugly from what I
Yeah,
was
and then
seeing, and then
mm-hmm.
halftime hit, and then the Bills decided to wake up.
Yep, and then Josh Allen woke up. Yep.
Yep.
You're spot on with that, dude, because honestly, I mean, even though Justin Fields didn't have like a crazy game,
Nope.
uh, the Bills they were up, they were up early,
Yep.
so like they were up at halftime.
James Cook woke up
Oh
finally
yeah,
showing that he looks like a true running back in the NFL now.
dude, he actually is kind of
That's scary.
if he's gonna be if he turns into anything relative to his brother,
Scary.
the Bills are going to be a hard football team to beat
That's
in
I
the
mean, you
future.
have Singletary who's that shifty guy. You have that
Yep.
speedster shifty guy. You have James Cook who's more of a power back in my opinion.
Yeah, but he's pretty quick too.
He is very quick. He will be, I will say that, but he has that lower your shoulder and run through you like tendency.
Yep.
That's what I see from James Cook, and like that's scary too. So you have a two-headed monster at running back there, in my opinion.
Yep.
And then you have Josh Allen. So I mean, this is a good win for the Bills. The Bills are on their way to probably an AFC title game, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there's a couple other great teams in the AFC, but they're definitely I put them in second place.
Yeah, behind the Chiefs. That's where I have them too. Good win for them though. Good win for them.
Yep.
Next game was the Niners Commanders game. This game, nothing too crazy. The 49ers just proving week in and week out that they're just a freaking powerhouse.
All right. Also at this point I'm saying it. Brock Purdy shouldn't have been the last drafted player in this draft. He should have been the first quarterback taken.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if it's the system or if he's actually him, but
He
he's proving it week in
look,
and week out that
look,
he can do it. It's 3 weeks in a row now where he can
he's
prove it.
playing in a great system. Yes,
Yep.
let's all right. We can factor that in here, but let's go back a few weeks and look at some of the Jimmy Garoppolo games that Jimmy Garoppolo played. Right, in this same exact system, and granted, Jimmy Garoppolo's got how much more NFL experience than Brock Purdy?
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's. I love that in
I
my
will say, like he
web
does look.
browser
He
trying to
looks
read.
he looks very poised in the pocket for a rookie. He looks very comfortable. He's getting around. He's moving around. He's rolling out of the pocket to make plays. He's just finding guys after making his reads. He's finding
Yeah,
dudes. Like,
he
he's making third and fourth reads on plays.
looks like a seasoned vet,
He does. He really does. And
and that's it.
that's the scary part is he's their third string quarterback.
That's kind of nuts.
Yeah. I mean Shanahan knows how to get talent out of his players. So
Like 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 Jimmy Garoppolo's had bad games this year. Brock Purdy hasn't had a bad game yet.
no. This is I mean he made his first mistake.
Yeah,
Literally.
but he still played efficient football. I mean, he had more touchdowns than his picks.
Yep.
Like, and his pick also, it was not a bad pick.
No.
He threw it into his receiver's chest,
Yeah.
and his receiver smacked the ball up into the air.
Nope.
So, again, we don't count those as quarterback mistakes. We count those as that's kind of a interception that just kind of happened.
Yeah.
Like
Those happen all the time.
like that wasn't his pick. He should have 6 touchdowns and no picks realistically.
Yep.
His receiver should catch that football.
Oh,
But I
definitely.
mean, this kid is playing an efficient style of football, and yes, like I will agree with everybody who, if anybody comes into our comment section, I will agree with anybody who says that he's playing in a Kyle Shanahan system. Yes, that's guaranteed probably one of the easiest systems to play in the NFL.
Yep.
But he is also playing out of his mind. He's making every throw perfectly. He's leading that team down the field, and they're scoring. So,
Yeah. I mean
I,
they have something special there, that's for sure. I mean that's my NFC champion right there. In my opinion.
yeah,
I don't see anyone beating that team. Defensively, that team is like top to bottom stacked. Uh, on the flip side of that, the Commanders they they played good football against a team that's obviously a much better football team. So they played well, I will
yeah.
say. They have some question marks at quarterback. I don't know what their plan is. I know they're starting Wentz this week.
Yeah,
They're fighting for a playoff spot as the fourth team in that division, which is insane. So
I'm also gonna say Taylor Heineke really he had 2 touchdowns and a pick, but his pick was really bad. It was in a bad moment in the game,
yeah,
so I think that was the deciding factor in bringing him out. Also, I think he got hurt. He was playing with like some, if I'm not mistaken here, I'm thinking he was playing with injury, and that pick kind of, I guess, when he threw that pick, it kind of Ron Rivera kind of said, I'm just gonna set you down."
yeah,
And when Carson Wentz came in, I'm not gonna lie, that's a different Carson Wentz than I've seen all year.
yeah. Wentz came in and was
He
throwing
was throwing
dots.
strikes.
Yeah, he was
Yeah,
throwing dots.
that ball was like a missile through the air. Just
See,
like
we say that now, that he's gonna come out and throw a freaking
yeah, he's gonna
turd.
play this week, and he's gonna have three
He's
interceptions,
gonna
and
throw a turd. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I don't know what to think
oh
about
man,
that
we
team.
that's so mean of us.
I don't know what to think about that team. I really don't.
Uh,
I really don't know what to think about that team.
no, but the Niners, man, if
It's my NFC
like
champ. It's like I said. It's my NFC champ.
that's my
Cowboys
Super Bowl favorite.
Eagles. Cowboys Eagles. It's a good game.
Yes, that was
Very good game.
this game was great to watch. Actually, yeah.
My one takeaway from this game is if Jalen Hurts plays this game, they beat the Cowboys.
Yep.
That's literally my takeaway.
Yep. 100%. I mean,
So
Gardner Minshew is not a terrible backup, but
no,
he made mistakes in this game that I don't think Jalen Hurts would have made.
yep, I agree with that. I mean, this game could have literally gone either way.
Miles Sanders struggled, but look, I will say 65 yards against a defense that's actually known for stopping the run.
Yeah,
Not terrible.
breakout game for CD Lamb.
CD, man, he was cooking.
Yeah,
He was cooking for
he
sure.
really was. T.Y. Hilton with that crazy game clinching catch.
Yep, one catch for 52 yards. That's all they need him to do. That's why they
Honestly,
signed him.
yeah, I liked the signing. Honestly, T.Y.
I do
Hilton,
too.
if they can just get a one or two plays out of him every game like that, they went.
Mhm.
They made a great move by signing him.
Exactly.
They don't need him to do anything crazy.
Nope.
They really don't. They have
No.
good receivers ahead of him on their depth chart. Noah Brown's been solid all year. Michael Gallup kind of woke up in this game. He's had a down year in my opinion in this Cowboys
He has
offense.
had a down. He has had a down here. I don't think he's getting targeted as much,
He's
but
not. He's more of a decoy at this point
yeah.
than anything. I mean, CeeDee Lamb's your obviously number one. And then you move down the depth chart. You have Dalton Schultz out in the offense. You have Noah Brown, who's been making tons of plays this year for them, which is big because they needed someone to step up as a number
Tony
two.
Pollard's apparently like the next the next coming of like Austin Eckler or something because he's been in the passing game kind of crazy.
Yep.
Like
It's a good win for the Cowboys. They are fighting with the Eagles. Obviously, they're still 2 games back.
yep.
But it could come down to the last. I mean, if Jalen Hurts doesn't play, which he has not been ruled out as of yet for this week, I don't think they should start him in my opinion. But
Yeah.
they haven't ruled him out yet. So if Jalen Hurts plays, I don't see the Eagles losing in my opinion the rest of the year. But if he doesn't play and the Eagles lose a few of these next two games, the Cowboys could sneak in. But they just have to keep winning. So I mean, this Cowboys Eagles at the top of the NFC East is going to be interesting to watch.
Yeah.
As the last few weeks go out. Next game was the Steelers Raiders. A fucking sleeper game.
That game was boring.
A snooze fest, in my opinion.
Yeah, Derek Carr sucks.
Derek Carr's gone.
Yep. Look, I mean, I'm pretty sure that the day we started talking about football, I expressed how much I truly don't like Derek Carr as a quarterback.
Yeah.
And look at that. Everything I've ever said has lived up
Nope.
to my word.
This
Now
Raiders
he's not a quarterback no more.
This Raiders team needs to blow up. They need to completely redo this roster, in my opinion.
Yeah. They need to
And
fire
I
the
mean,
head coach too.
Josh Jacobs is gone. They never extended him. He's a free agent.
Yep.
From what I've heard since as of today, they announced Derek Carr is done for the year. They're starting Jarrett Stidham the rest of the year. I know Derek Carr stepped away from the team after they announced that, so he'll be inactive the rest of the year. Who knows what their plan is with that? Maybe they cut him. Maybe they trade him. You want me to throw out a crazy idea? Derek Carr's the starting quarterback of the Colts next year.
Oh, bro. You're gonna be right too.
Am I wrong for that?
You're gonna be
Probably,
right
but
too. Oh my god. Oh,
that team needs to
live
blow
on.
up. That team needs to blow up. I don't know what their
Actually,
plan
you know
is.
what? You know what? I will say this. I don't think Derek Carr's horrible. But he never fitted that Raiders system.
He's
once.
a mediocre quarterback.
He's not middle of the pack. He's not the worst. But I'm throwing him in that like 18 to 26 range.
I throw him in the bottom 3/4. Yeah, that's where I'll put him. There's really nothing much else to say about this game. I mean, there's nothing too crazy either way from both sides. Just the big mistakes from Derek Carr, the 3 interceptions.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
I think are the Raiders done this year?
Yeah,
now?
they're eliminated. Yeah. With this loss, they were eliminated.
What a fumble for! This is easily one of the most talented teams in the NFL.
This was a playoff team last year.
Like, how do you have...
You add Devontae Adams and Chandler Jones to a playoff team, and you go 6-9. Yikes. That's all I'm gonna say.
Wow.
That's a yikes. Like I said, that team needs to blow up. They really do. They just need to completely blow the team up or start over.
They don't have draft picks, I don't think, do they?
They don't. Nope.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know how they blow it up. They're gonna have to go free agency.
Yep, that's literally what it's gonna be. That's what it's gonna come down to. Unless they get something for Derek Carr from whoever they decide to do with him, or if they trade him.
I guess they could trade him. Yeah, I mean that would probably be their best option. I can think of a few teams that would actually take Derek Carr.
The Colts. It just fits. It just fits the Colts, man.
Yeah, let's keep the trend alive.
You just take a quarterback that's at the end of his career and you throw him into the offense for a year to watch him freaking die.
I can actually see the Panthers taking Derek Carr.
Listen, you have Texans over the Panthers, in my opinion.
100% Texans. That's actually something that I actually see a huge possibility.
If Brady leaves the Bucs or retires, he could end up in Tampa.
True.
We'll have to see. I'm not going to speculate on any of that. But you get rid of Derek Carr. Next, if you get rid of Derek Carr, your next move is moving Devontae Adams, in my opinion. I know you just made the trade to get him. Yes. But if you don't have a quarterback to throw to, what the fuck is the point in keeping him? You know what I mean? Yeah. I get it. He's your superstar that you traded for to make your offense the next level. Your quarterback is gone. There's no point to keeping him. You're gonna blow it up. Move him while he still has talent, and you can get something for him, in my opinion.
I actually, honestly, I can agree. I mean, they can't seek a superstar guy in the draft.
Nope.
Unless somehow like Will Levis or one of those guys falls deep.
Anthony Richardson, Will Levis.
Like that's the only way they're gonna get one of these good quarterbacks out of this draft, and I'm pretty sure this draft is quarterback heavy.
Yeah, there's at least 5 quarterbacks that I can think of at the top, at the top of the top.
I can agree with you honestly. Get
value while you can. That's why you can.
Tremendous value out of Devontae Adams while the opportunity is there. Because if you lose that opportunity and his trade value drops, whether it be due to performance or antics or whatnot, I mean, you could still get a first-round pick for him easily.
Yeah, definitely.
There's teams that 100% would make that trade. So I agree.
Yeah, there's plenty of teams that need receivers. Plenty.
Yeah. I know one.
Anywho, Dolphins Packers. This hurts. This hurts.
I feel bad for you, brother.
This hurts, man.
I feel bad for you.
The Dolphins came out. They were up 20-13 at halftime.
Yeah.
20-13, and then Tannehill takes a hit, and he goes down. He hits his helmet on the field again, the back of his helmet. Goes into the locker room at halftime. They test him for a concussion. Nothing.
Yep.
Comes out in the second half and turns the ball over 4 times.
Yep.
In the second half.
Yep.
They lose the game.
Yep.
Pretty much sealing their season, in my opinion. This loss definitely. This loss, even though they're not eliminated from the playoffs, I think is a tell that the Dolphins aren't a playoff team at this point.
Yeah.
Running game, nothing crazy out of it again. Like I'm pretty sure from what I saw, they had 2 games this year where they had a 100-yard rusher, and then anything close to that, I think the best was like 60 yards rushing total.
Yeah.
You have no run game at all.
Yeah.
For a team that had brought in both Chase Edmonds at the beginning of the year and Raheem Mostert.
Yeah. I think
their predictions, like from what I saw at the beginning of the year, you're supposed to have a bounce back season for Raheem Mostert, a comeback season for Raheem Mostert, and then you have the 2-headed monster of him and Chase Edmonds. Edmonds, which I thought was a good pickup for them because Edmonds is a good running back, could not get anything going early on, lost his starting job to Mostert, and Mostert, in my opinion, is not a single running back. You need a complementary running back to him.
Yeah.
In my opinion, and they don't have that. without Chase Edmonds. Edmonds disappeared, and then they traded him away. So it's
I don't
tough.
know. I feel for you. After hearing, for me, like not being a Dolphins fan, just being a football fan, for me, my takeaway of this game is the Dolphins medical something is very wrong in that franchise when it comes to concussion testing or player health and safety testing or anything because if he played that whole second half with a concussion, that's just not supposed to happen.
His third concussion of the season.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, he's done for the year.
Not ruled out yet, but I don't think he's going to play the run again this year.
If he plays another game this year, that is concerning.
As of right now, I know McDaniels said they're moving forward with Teddy Bridgewater as their starter for at least this week. So, but it's
I
tough.
mean,
It hurts. It hurts for a team that had so much like potential at the beginning of the year, and they showed it in the first 3 games.
I think
That first
like,
concussion derailed this season for Tua.
Yeah, I think your guys's like strength is the biggest strength you need in today's NFL, the passing game.
Yep.
Y'all's passing game, when it's working, when everything's flowing, dominant.
Listen, that first concussion derailed the season. It really did.
Yeah, yeah. I can agree.
It
I
really
mean,
did.
he kind of got back on track a few weeks there, but I mean,
And then he got
Tua-
scared. He got
Yeah.
scared to take hits. He got scared to move around in the pocket.
He has taken some really weird hits all year.
Yeah, he's been
He's
smacked
getting
around.
kind of like,
I will say that the injuries to the offensive line have not helped this year for the Dolphins. You had at one point you're
Yes.
starting 2 practice squad offensive linemen.
yes.
Like that's just not a
I
good
think your
recipe.
guys is hurt. I'm pretty sure is your guys is all pro left tackle hasn't played since, right?
Armstead, no, he's been back and forth between out and starting.
Okay, but he hasn't had a consistent year.
No, he hasn't had a consistent year. No, he has 3 separate injuries. He has a knee injury, a toe injury, and an oblique injury.
Yeah.
He's been playing through it. He's been out. He's started games, left games. Zero consistency on the offensive line, which is not good for a quarterback that's been taking hits all year long. Has 3 concussions now. Just not good.
Yeah.
Not good.
And I think where the Dolphins probably I mean I don't know what your guys' playoff hunt looks like right now, but
As of right now, we're the 7th seed playing the Chiefs.
but I think definitely Raheem Mostert did not perform to expectations this season.
Like I said, I genuinely think he's not a. He has to have a complementary back. He can't be a single back. He has to have someone that comes in and does the other thing. Mostert's a speed guy. They need a power guy, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think Edmonds complimented him early, in my opinion, and then he disappeared.
Yeah.
And Mostert just couldn't handle being the single back. He's just not that, in my opinion. He's the speed guy that comes off to be the change of pace, and it mixes things up for them, and it helps, and it works that way. When he's only there and it's just Raheem Mostert, you just shut that down. You key on outside runs. He's not a between the tackles runner. He's an outside guy. He gets out of the like the field, like out of the pocket. I don't want to keep saying pocket, but out of the tackle box. He goes outside. He runs up the sideline. That's what Raheem Mostert is.
Yeah.
He's not a between the tackles, run, lower your shoulder, and power through people.
Yeah, exactly.
They just don't have that. They need a complimentary back.
Yeah, and I think maybe some little bit of depth on defense.
Yeah, the depth that's been a bad thing for the Dolphins this year is the injuries on defense, and it's been exposed.
Yeah.
I will say a big bright spot for the Dolphins this year has been undrafted rookie Kader Kuho. That dude has been phenomenal in the secondary for an undrafted rookie out of like I don't even know where the frick he came from. What the hell? What school did he go to? The hell is he? Gator Kuo. He had a pick in this game too, which was nice. He went to Texas A&M Commerce.
Wow.
You ever heard of that school before?
No.
Yeah. Me either.
I've heard of Texas A&M.
Texas
but not
A&M Commerce.
Hmm.
What school is this? They are in the SLC.
Interesting.
The D2 school.
Interesting.
Yep. The D2 school. Never heard of it.
So, I mean, Dolphins. You have bright spots. You have not so bright spots.
Yeah, it's a team that underperformed this year, for sure. On the flip side, though, the Packers, that's a big win for them. Their playoff hopes are very much alive.
Yeah.
They have to win out, I believe, in order to make the playoffs, but big win for them to get back on track.
Yep.
Nothing crazy, though, outside
I can't wait to see what's going to happen with Christian Watson as his career progresses, because he's kind of
They have a lot of potential. Their ceiling is much higher than people are giving them credit for.
Yeah. Crazy to think that they actually might have won out with losing Devontae Adams.
Yep. It's actually insane. So that was the first Sunday game. The next Sunday game was the Broncos and Rams.
Wow.
My God.
Yeah.
What the hell happened?
Yo, Baker Mayfield, yo.
What the hell happened?
Yo, Cam Akers is
Cam
back,
Akers. That's the one bright spot. I'm not going to say anything about Baker Mayfield because he does this. He's been doing it his entire career where he has games like this and then he just disappears for weeks on end. So I will just point out Cam Akers in this game. Great game for him.
Yep.
Great game. I'll give him a hand for that one. Great game. Nothing. I'm not gonna say anything about this Broncos team. Like, not even gonna comment on this team.
Yeah, I mean, when the team is fighting each other in the middle of a football game,
you have teammates fighting each other on the sideline mid-game. You have players fighting post-game. While they're interviewing Baker Mayfield, you have Bradley Chubb throwing punches. You almost had a reporter get freaking blown up by Bradley Chubb, or not Bradley Chubb, fucking Randy Gregory. I'm sorry, Bradley Chubb's on the Dolphins now. Randy Gregory throwing punches at post game. You have almost a reporter getting taken out by Randy Gregory punching an offensive lineman, and then Bobby Wagner coming through and shoving people.
Yep.
It's not a good look. Not a good look at all.
Nuts.
I will say the Broncos are strapped with Russell Wilson for the next 10 seasons. Money wise, his cap hit versus if you choose to cut him or trade him, he's hurting them no matter what he does.
Yeah.
His cap hit, I believe, this coming season is $55 million. So you cut him, you owe him $55 million. He's tied to your team for $55 million in cap space, even if you cut him.
Yep, nice. Good job.
This team is so screwed, it's not even funny.
Yeah, well, welcome to the NFL, where there's organizations where people say, hey, let's, take Russell Wilson. He's played for 14 years already.
I mean, to be completely fair with you, were you expecting this from Russell Wilson at the beginning of the year? I wasn't.
No, honestly, I wasn't expecting him to play this bad.
Not this bad.
I actually think he was gonna play worse because
I genuinely think he would have taken a step back from what he was doing, but not this bad. No way.
Because it's an entirely different system. He played with the Seahawks his whole career.
Yeah, not this. No one expects him to be this bad.
Yeah, this bad? No. I mean, I wouldn't have. No way. Russell Wilson's been great his whole career.
You couldn't have tried to pay me to think they would have done this. Yeah,
it's like he's like football. What's that?
Crazy. Crazy.
They fired Nathaniel Hackett though, so
they did. Yep.
Good job, buddy. Great coaching career.
Gone. Next game, the Sunday night game, Buccaneers versus Cardinals. Good game. Tampa pulled it off in the end.
Patriots fans
It's
wanted them to believe.
you give Tom Brady the ball in overtime, you're never gonna win.
Yep.
Like that's just plain and simple. He knows how to come back.
Yep. Crazy thing is, I don't know if you saw that during this game. Is like literally when they were about to get the ball back, he went over to his entire offense and said, "Guys, we know how to win this. We know how to win this and gave everybody a thumbs up."
Yep.
And
I
then
mean,
he just drove the ball.
literally everyone. I'm pretty sure everyone in the stadium was thinking the same thing. Is like, you give Tom Brady the ball, it's over.
Yep.
In that situation, you're not gonna win.
That's the goat.
Brady gets the ball at the end of the game, inside the 2-minute warning or in overtime, you're gonna lose.
Yep.
He just knows how to win in those situations.
Big GG.
Yep. I mean, it was a good game in my opinion between two teams that aren't the greatest. The Bucks definitely are not the greatest team by any means, but they needed this win and they proved it. They got the win. They're fighting for that division. They're fighting for that title.
Yeah.
And the scariest part about everything about this, yes, this team's not that great, but Tom Brady in the playoffs is a different breed.
Yeah.
I said it earlier this year, like, this team could literally be negative in the win-loss and make the playoffs and could just somehow make a run because it's Tom Brady.
Please stop it. Please stop it. Oh. Not again.
Literally every time, every single time, man. Crazy. Good win for the Bucks.
You know, honestly, the Bucks aren't great this year, but that team is another team that's like, what's happening? Levante David, Devin White, Antoine Winfield Jr.
Yep.
Like they have players like offense, defense. This team is talented. What's going on? They shouldn't be 7-8. They should
I think the
respectively
coaching
be 10
is a little has something to do with that a little bit. I think Brady's still very good at football. I think he's regressing at this point.
Yeah, he's regressed 100%. If anybody's trying to say that Tom Brady's as good as he's ever been right now,
no, he's still Tom Brady, and he knows how to move the ball, especially in those situations where it comes down to the wire. Like he's done this for 20 plus years.
His arm is still good enough.
Oh yeah, definitely
to be an NFL.
He's regressing. He is. Yeah, he's on the way down. Regressing. He is. Yep. I genuinely think he maybe has a year or two left, in my opinion. Realistically, I mean, he'll probably play for fucking 5+ seasons more. Like it's stupid.
Yeah, I mean the words retirement's not in my vocabulary anytime soon. So,
I genuinely think he has 2 good seasons left, in my opinion. Based on what I'm seeing this year, as he's definitely regressing. His arm strength is coming down. His accuracy is getting a little worse.
Yeah.
He's not mobile at all. He's never been, but hell, it's Tom Brady. He's the GOAT for a reason.
There's nobody that has a higher, in my opinion, football IQ than him. So
he's the GOAT for a reason. Last game. This is the Monday night game. Colts-Chargers. Colts have 0 offense. None.
Yeah, Nick Foles kind of. Wow.
Yeah, what happened there, bro? You were big on Nick Foles.
I mean, I'm not really big on Nick Foles.
You were big on Nick Foles, man.
I mean, I just like, how do you dominate a postseason and win a Super Bowl in your career?
Career backup.
I mean, he's a one-hit wonder.
Career backup.
He's a one-hit wonder.
Career backup.
He's a one-hit wonder, bro.
I will say the one bright spot in this Colts team is their tight ends.
Yeah.
They have some animals in the tight end room. Jelani Woods, Mo Alley Cox, even like that dude didn't play college football. I will say that right now, he did not play college football. Mo Alley Cox, he was a basketball star in college.
Yep.
They've got some special guys in that tight end room. Those guys can make plays.
I mean, they have that dude that's 6'7", like 260 some pounds.
That dude with the right quarterback could be scary.
Is I don't even know how he moves like that, but he moves like that, and it's like, what the heck?
That dude with the right quarterback could be scary in the NFL.
I actually, I wanna send a chill down your spine. Are you ready for this?
Go ahead.
Did you know Nick Foles is the greatest quarterback to ever play in a Philadelphia Eagles uniform?
That's disgusting. Gross. I'm gonna pretend like you didn't say that.
He's the only one that's got a ring.
Crazy.
but, anyways, the Chargers. Justin Herbert kind of struggled in this game a little bit.
Yeah, he did. I wouldn't put it as struggling. He only threw 7 incomplete passes, but I mean,
The ball didn't move very well.
They just moved the ball consistently. They found the end zone when they needed to. Eckler got to the end zone twice.
It was nice seeing Keenan Allen and Mike Williams kind of leading the way again.
Definitely nice to see him having his receivers back.
You know, Austin Eckler, another multiple touchdown game. So I mean,
he finds the end zone every single week.
Yeah, it's like he knows. He likes that.
It's like he led the NFL in touchdowns last year.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy, right?
It's crazy, right? Good week of games, though. Good week of games.
Yeah, that was great. It was a blast watching.
Definitely. Hopefully this week's.
I hope everybody had a great holiday. Honestly.
Yeah, definitely. Hopefully this week's games are good too. Got some good matchups, some big playoff clinching scenarios. Cowboys versus Titans is the first game. It's tomorrow night. Do I have to say anything else other than the Cowboys are winning this game?
Bro. But look. Based off my prediction luck, because I don't think any of my picks last week were bad, but I went 8-8.
Yeah.
With my prediction luck, the Titans will be like, "Oh, we know how to show up today."
Malik Willis is gonna go off for 600 yards or some shit.
Yeah, he's gonna have his breakout like I'm the next Lamar game. It's gonna be great.
Not happening. The Cowboys are winning.
Yeah, 100%.
Plain and simple. Falcons Cardinals. This will be a good game. Two teams that aren't going anywhere. Yes. The Falcons, in my opinion, have more talent on their roster.
100%.
This is J.J. Watt's second to last game.
Yeah, that was some big news.
Yeah.
What a career.
Great career. Should have been an MVP back in 2014.
Yeah, defensive players don't win it though. So
should have been an MVP. That was the year that Aaron Rodgers won it with not even MVP stats.
Yeah.
Patriots Dolphins. Patriots are taking this. Teddy Bridgewater starting. They're not going to win.
Yeah, with Tua out, the Dolphins are going to have a hard time winning games.
Yep. Sad as a Dolphins fan to say that the Patriots are going to win, but at this point, lose out, get a better draft pick.
Yeah.
You don't have a first-round pick this year, but
might get Lamar though. We'll see.
See what they do there. I'm not going to comment on that. Eagles Saints. The Eagles team is just better, in my opinion, top to bottom. 100%. Even if Jalen Hurts doesn't play in this game,
Gardner Minshew's still a good quarterback.
He's a good enough quarterback to get it done. Yeah, the Saints offense just doesn't have talent, in my opinion, other than Alvin Kamara. You don't have a quarterback to get your receivers the ball. You have talented receivers, but no quarterback to get the ball to them. So the Eagles will win this for sure. Yep. I say that, and the Saints are going to come out and wall up the freaking Eagles.
I don't know. That defense is solid on the Philadelphia side of the thing. So
they are. Colts Giants. Giants have a better team. The Colts just don't have an offense without Jonathan Taylor and a quarterback.
Exactly. Giants take this big old W.
Yep. Good win for them. Potential to make the playoffs still. So
this next game is big.
Bucks Panthers. This is a division title game. This is literally a division title game. If the Panthers lose, they're out of the playoffs. If the Bucks win, they win their division. So
I know one of our friends is going to be so hooked into that game.
I think he'll be just watching that.
Yeah.
Yep. Luka is 100% going to be watching that game.
Yep.
Nothing else matters.
I don't blame him.
That's a division title game. Literally,
that's the season game right there.
Yeah.
I mean, if his team's going to the playoffs, they got to win.
I don't think they will. In my opinion, I think Brady will pull it out.
It's going to be a hard game to win.
This is going to be a good game. In my opinion, this is going to be a good game.
I actually am looking forward to this game because there's something big on the line.
This game might be the game of the week, in my opinion.
It could be, yeah.
Between the Bills Bengals or this game, I genuinely think that could be the
Yeah,
game of the week.
yeah. 100%.
Everything else there, I mean, all the other matchups are pretty much like, yeah, this team is gonna win.
Yep.
Or, well, I will say that Vikings Packers game could be good big too. So
Yeah,
I won't
those.
say too much.
Yeah, that's another game that could. Yeah, 100% though.
One of the biggest games in my opinion.
Yes.
Chiefs Broncos. There's nothing more to say about that
I
game.
mean, Broncos aren't beating Patty Mahomes. Come
Nope.
on, bro.
No, this is a tuning game for the playoffs for the Chiefs. This is getting reps for some of the younger guys, some of the lower
Yep.
like depth guys, and preparing for the playoffs.
Yep.
Literally, this is like a practice, in my opinion, for the Chiefs.
Oh man.
Lions Bears. This game, I don't know what to expect out of it.
It's a game that could go either way.
Yep.
You're going Lions. I'm going Bears. I think the Bears do have a better defense.
Defensively, yes. Defensively,
Even though they
yes.
traded, that's honestly crazy to say. Even though they traded away like their best players on defense,
The
this
Bears have
year.
the 32nd ranked defense in the NFL.
I mean, I just think,
Or not the
I
Bears,
think,
the Lions. I'm sorry, the Lions have the 32nd
yeah,
ranked defense in the NFL. Yes.
yeah, the Bears they play better defensively, and like if Justin Fields, you know, comes on,
Justin
and
Fields
all of
has
it,
to find his groove again since he got hurt. In my
yeah,
opinion, like
100%,
he
agree,
doesn't look the same since he got hurt. He's probably not playing
agree.
100%. Honestly, he's probably still
Yeah,
playing
he's
injured.
probably yeah, exactly. Which most of these guys do because they're going to
Yep.
play for their football team.
Yep.
And these teams don't take their necessary steps to make sure, hey, you know, should I set him down? He just had a serious injury, but he says he's fine now. He has practiced fine, but he's probably is playing hurt. But I'm gonna play him anyway because what could happen, right?
Yep.
And these teams don't stop their players from playing, and that's like one of the most concerning things to me in the NFL.
Yeah, definitely.
Is how do you let these dudes play hurt?
It's been a topic all season long with injuries and people playing through them. The Dolphins, the biggest one of them all, obviously with Tua, but it's been around the NFL all year. Players who shouldn't honestly be playing, but they're playing anyway through injuries.
Yeah, but Josh Allen played through us.
Josh Allen with his freaking elbow injury, UCL injury, he's playing through it.
In a throwing arm.
Yep. It's been a topic all year long. It'll be a topic through the postseason into the off season. It's just a recurring like topic for the NFL this year. Next game is the Commanders versus Browns. Commanders fighting for a playoff spot. So I'm going with them just based off of them obviously fighting for that spot in the playoffs.
Yep.
They're gonna come out. I don't know which Carson Wentz we're gonna get. So that could also be a deciding factor in this game.
Yeah.
Going with them because of the fighting for the playoffs. The Browns have not looked good offensively.
No, they
recently.
haven't. Right. 100%.
I get why you're going with them, but
It's an AFC North team, bro. What does the AFC North do for?
They do win in late.
For everything.
They do win late. Yes.
The AFC North is known for being a division that just we're gonna beat teams up. We're gonna knock you out. I mean we're the AFC North.
Literally.
Oh, we play in the cold all year long. What are you talking about?
Yep, literally. Next game, Jaguars Texans. This one I was back and forth on. The Jags, were they eliminated with their loss last week? Or no, they beat the Jets, right?
Yeah,
I'm wrong. They did beat the Jets.
They're
So
tied right now with the Titans.
they could win their division. So this one I was back and forth on just off of the Texans playing better against better teams for some fucking reason.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing. They've played good against better teams, but is this really a better team?
I don't know.
It's more like the explosive Jaguars offense.
Yeah, like I said, I was back and forth on it. The Jags are gonna win, in my opinion.
Yeah,
but...
if the Jags lose this game, which honestly it is possible, they could lose this game.
Mm-hmm.
Damian Pierce could go off for Houston in this game. Actually, I think that's the most reasonable thing to think, that Damian Pierce could go off, because I feel like the Jags don't stop the run very well.
No.
And Damian Pierce if you look at some of his early runs, I know he really did get like there. I won't take an argument that he didn't get hit by the rookie wall. He got hit by the rookie wall. It happens to every rookie running back.
It does.
He got hit by the rookie wall hard, big time.
Yep.
Has not had the same production that he was having.
They ran him into the ground, though. To be fair.
Yes, like I said, he actually evaded the rookie wall longer than what people expected. He played like 9 straight weeks of good football for a rookie running back.
Running it 30 times a game, practically.
Yes,
Yeah.
who that is very unheard of. But I think he's going to come out in this game. He might have a good game. The Jags don't stop the run very well, so
We'll see. I'm going Jags, just off the fact that they're
same.
fighting.
I got the Jags winning.
It's another one of those. It's another one of those teams that are fighting. So like, you can't, with a team that's fighting for a playoff spot, you can't bet against them. You just can't.
You can't. You're right.
Especially a team that's 2-12-1.
Yeah, especially with how Trevor Lawrence has played the last few weeks.
Literally. Niners, Raiders. Can you say anything else about this one?
That's going to be a blowout.
Jared Stidham is making his first
That's going to
career
be a blowout. Have fun throwing Various Ward and any of those guys a pick because one of them is going to get one.
Yep. This is going to be a blowout for sure.
That's going to be.
This is another one of those practice games. Like the Chiefs are practicing against the Broncos, the 49ers are going to be practicing against the Raiders.
Get ready for Brock Purdy to have 300 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, and no picks.
So Chandler Jones is on IR now for the Raiders, so he's done for the year. Denzel Perryman, their starting middle linebacker, is also on IR. They were both placed on IR today, so they're down a starting middle linebacker, starting outside linebacker, starting quarterback. And I believe Josh Jacobs is questionable to play as well. So
oh boy, it's a blowout. It's a blowout in Vegas.
Yep.
Oh, it's a blowout in Vegas,
yep.
bro.
That's gonna be a rough game.
Oh, I'm sorry, Las Vegas fans. Yep. I apologize.
Seahawks Jets reunion of Geno Smith. Reunion of Geno Smith against the Jets.
He might come out and torch that team.
I mean, he probably
think
will.
Gonna happen.
Yep. I genuinely think so too. I think they're a better team.
Except that defense is going to play good. It will play good.
I mean,
the Jets defense will play good.
They will. They definitely will. The Seahawks, I believe, have a better offense, in my opinion.
Yeah, but the Seahawks defense is going to shut down the Jets offense.
They're going to shut down Mike White.
It's going to come down to the Seahawks offense is going to win this game.
Yep, Geno Smith will win this game for them.
Yeah, exactly.
He'll win or lose this game for them. That's what I'll say.
True. Yeah, you're 100% right. I think it will come down to what Geno Smith does in this game.
But it's Geno Smith going up against his former team. I think he's going to come out with a fire.
Yep.
Next game, Vikings-Packers. This will be a good game. This will be a very good game.
Yes, it will.
Both teams, obviously, are fighting. The Vikings won their division, but the Packers are fighting for a playoff spot. It's a home game for the Packers. I think the Vikings will pull it out, though, with the fact that they have better depth than the Packers, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, it's a way more explosive offense.
Yep.
So.
I agree. I think Justin Jefferson is going to go off again like he did last week. He's going to set his records just like he does every single week.
For everybody watching, watch this game. If Justin Jefferson has a big game, he could be the first receiver ever to eclipse 2,000 yards.
Yep.
That's an insane statistic.
You know Kirk Cousins is going to get him that. You know it. If he has a chance at it, you know he's going to make it happen.
I don't want him to get it because that record is being held by my favorite receiver of all time, Calvin Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want him to get it.
If he has a chance at it, you know Kirk Cousins is going to make it happen.
It's very impressive if he does.
They're going to force him the ball.
They're 100% giving Justin Jefferson the ball.
If he has a chance at it, they're going to make sure it happens.
If he gets it, he earned it.
Yeah.
100%. He definitely earned that. I mean, he's come out and played every single week, every week of football. I mean, he's averaging yards you don't see a receiver average.
Yep.
In the NFL, so good for him if he gets it.
Definitely. Next game, Rams versus Chargers, the Battle of LA. I don't think Baker's gonna do what he did last week, so against the Chargers team that has.
Oh yeah.
Actually, a good defense.
Is Derwin James suspended?
I
Did
don't
he
know.
get suspended for that targeting hit?
I don't know if he did or not. He's in
Okay.
concussion protocol. I know that.
Yes, he's in concussion protocol because he knocked himself out doing the hit.
No, even though he like if he hadn't been ejected, he would have been out with a concussion anyway. So either way, I don't respect the hit in my opinion. I think
That's bad
I
football.
I understand his reasoning, not for the hit, but for like him trying to explain what he was trying to do. In my opinion, he was trying to get his shoulder around. I can see it, but he led with his helmet first before he tried to lower the shoulder. Like if you watch it back, he was bringing the shoulder, but the helmet was leading. Obviously, the crown of
So
his helmet.
I'm reading here. He avoided the suspension,
Okay, he's
but
still
he
in concussion
probably
protocol.
won't play. Yeah, he's not going to play it. It looks like this week.
But that defense is still very solid either way.
Oh
even
yeah,
even
I mean
without Derwin James.
they don't need him. He's just the best safety in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
So.
But even without him, they have depth. They have JT Woods, I believe, is the backup safety there. Yeah,
Yep.
I mean he's a solid
They're
safety too. So
they're chilling, 100% chilling.
yep. Next game, Steelers Ravens. Ravens are just a better team. So
Yeah.
I believe Lamar's out again this week. From what I've seen, he hasn't practiced again. So
I actually, I don't think I don't know if he's ruled out this week.
still hasn't practiced
He
as of
hasn't
today.
practiced. He hasn't practiced, but there's a chance he might play. It's a small chance. I don't think they've.
You don't start
said,
him. You don't start him.
I mean, I don't want him to. I don't
You
want them
don't.
to start.
You don't start him.
The Ravens are actually one of the only franchises that cares about player health. They won't let Lamar play if he's not 100%.
You don't start Lamar Jackson here. Not against the Steelers. Not against the Steelers.
Yeah, because
your season is your playoff. You clinched a playoff spot already. You don't have to start him again this year. You really don't. You've clinched a playoff spot. You don't start him.
Exactly.
And you don't risk him coming back in at any point this year, getting hurt, and then you're in the playoffs without your quarterback. I would hope they don't put him in. That's what I'm at this point. Is I hope they don't play him. Let him rest fully, and then have him come back into the playoffs. And that team is already a very solid team. You put Lamar Jackson in the offense, and it's night and day.
Yeah, I don't expect him to play. But if Lamar is healthy for the playoffs, I hope every team knows this. The Ravens have been the second best defense in the NFL for a very long time now. And if Lamar comes back, J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards have been running the football with some of the best running backs in the NFL since they've been healthy.
Yep.
This team is scary in the playoffs if Lamar comes back.
Yeah, definitely. The last game of the week, Bills versus Bengals. This is literally like an AFC title game, in my opinion. It very well could be the AFC title game. Like that's it.
100%.
If you look at the stats, Joe Burrow has never lost to Pat Mahomes.
Yes.
He's going to face Pat Mahomes again in the playoffs. This could very well be the matchup in the AFC title game.
Yep.
Plain and simple. I mean,
yep.
it could go either way. Both teams are championship caliber teams. So
100%.
The only reason I'm taking the Bengals here is it's a home game for the Bengals. Like that's literally what it comes down to.
Yeah. I'm going Bills here.
I'm not going off of stats. I'm not going off of who's hot or who's not right now. It's literally this game could literally go either way.
100%. Very.
What's the spread for this game? Hang on.
Yeah, I think it's close. I think it's Bills are the favorite though.
This doesn't have a spread. Hold on. The Bills. It's Bills by 1 as of right now.
Yeah.
Home teams get 3, so it's
this game is going to be really close.
Yep.
This game is going to be pretty electrifying to watch. I think this game is going to come down to either OT or a late touchdown or a late field goal.
Yep, literally. It's going to be a good game. All of these games are going to be good this week. They really are.
Yes.
There's some great matchups, great playoff scenarios, some division clinching games, I believe, potentially this week. If the Cowboys lose and the Eagles win, they win their division, I
Yep.
believe. Yeah, it's gonna be a good week of football. These last few weeks are always crazy. Next week probably won't be as crazy unless there's obviously playoff clinching scenarios. Because a lot of teams, if they've already clinched, probably aren't gonna be starting starters next week. So we'll have to see. I'm excited for football this week, that's for sure.
Yep.
But anything else you got for me, Dallas?
No, I hope everybody has a great New Year's.
Yes, sir. We will see you guys next week. Catch you guys. Peace.
Later.